Dave Daly right here on the Muskegon Channel. I am Andy O'Reilly. That is Dave Cackley over there. And Dave has got his son starting in football camp today. Dave.
That's right. 3 days. What?
You realize that this football business with kids is really not a good idea.
No, it's a great idea.
It's not a good idea.
Teaches them discipline.
Huh?
Teaches them discipline, teamwork.
No, bad idea.
It's not soccer, which I love.
Bad idea because, these kids these days, you can't have these kids getting closed head injuries and stuff.
This isn't even contact yet. They're not into that yet.
Look what's happened.
Although when I was 7, I was playing tackle, so.
Look what's happened to you.
What? My head's fine.
Yeah, okay.
I didn't get any concussions playing football. I got concussions in car accidents.
Well,
seriously.
You got concussions more than one place, I can tell you
Yeah,
that.
probably.
So, football camp, huh?
Yep, it starts this morning, and I'm looking forward to seeing how he takes to it. It's one of those things. It's you're either going to love it. I've said this. That's a sport that you really have to love to play. You can half-ass a lot of sports. Basketball, baseball, soccer, whatever. You've got to love and really want to play football. So we'll see. And if he doesn't love it enough, he won't play it. So
yeah. What kind of football dad are you going to be?
I am not a intense parent when it comes to sports. I just want to watch him play and enjoy it and encourage him. That's just how I am in anything that he does.
Mm-hmm.
I critique him when it comes to school stuff. Like we'll do this summer we're working on his multiplication tables, and I'll all through 12 we just did 2s, and we're doing 3s this week, and you got to get them all right. You got to get them all right.
Bring that up.
What?
Well, it was just the quirkiest weird thing because I was getting done with work at Berlin Saturday night, and I was going upstairs to put the microphone in the radios and all that kind of stuff. And out of nowhere, these 2 kids are coming off the elevator, and the one of them says to me, he goes, "What's 7 times something?" Mm-hmm. And I'm like, I looked at these 2 kids. They were probably 10.
Yeah.
And I looked at these 2 kids, and I said, I have no idea.
What? You don't know your multiplication tables?
No. Dude, if I could do, and I looked at him honestly, I said, kids, if I could do math, I wouldn't be here right now. I mean, you got to be honest with them, right?
Yeah, well, that's why, math is extremely important. Like I say, I'll give him a list.
Honestly, math, tell me, outside of...
I'm terrible at it.
Outside of balancing your checkbook, or, well, in your case, balancing your checkbook, because you still do a checkbook.
I'm throwback. I'm old school.
Right. Yeah, you are. Has anything mathematically ever popped up in your life?
Not aside from, like I said, from basic adding, subtracting, and multiplying. Yeah. I haven't had to do... And some basic geometry working at the old countertop shop, but aside from that, no.
No.
Like algebra, I haven't had to do any of. Trigonometry, I didn't take that. So, But multiplication tables, you need to know how to multiply and divide. Multiplication tables, like I said, he's going to go through 3s. I'll give him a little sheet of paper that has them all through 12. You memorize them, and then I'm going to quiz you on it the rest of the week.
Oh.
And you can't get any wrong.
I would so not want to be your kid.
Well, sometimes you got to
get out of here.
No. And then you can go back to playing on your DS and all that stuff.
That's
and
what
watching
I want
cartoons.
to do. Leave me alone.
Yeah.
Quit bugging me.
Oh, God.
You know what I would say if I was your kid?
What?
You make $10 an hour and you do traffic to nobody.
It's a lot. It's more than that. You
send out tweets to people that are supposed to not be distracted driving. Leave me alone.
Do you think I would do this?
I could use a night with Max. Can he stay overnight for one night?
Do you think I would do this for $10 an hour?
Yeah.
Good Lord, no.
Your vanity? Yeah.
No. You know what I would do? I'd be like, no, I think I'll suckle off the government teat for a while instead.
Yeah.
And I'm not kidding. I would.
I'm on television. Yes, I make $10 an hour, but I'm on TV.
Yeah, no.
Look at me. Oh, and by the way, I got to tell you what. Before we get into the news here, your exercise segments will start next week with Becky.
Oh, this week or the following week?
The following week.
Oh, okay.
And you look remarkably mediocre next to her. So, congratulations.
Really?
On that.
I thought I was in relatively decent shape.
Oh, yeah. she's tight, she's toned, she's got her moves down, she's doing everything else, and you look like this. You look gangly. It was funny.
Well, I'm trying, man. What do you want from me?
It's in all honesty, you guys are doing the hill. She looks tight, toned on her way up. Her arms are all right where they need to be. You look like you're on Benny Hill.
That hill was steep, man. I got up it before she did.
Of course you did, because she let you.
I don't know about that.
All right, do your news, would you?
I think my masculinity just kicked in. I didn't actually write this out as a news story, but we need to discuss it. The London terror attack, another one. Oof. 10 people injured. At least one person is dead in front of a mosque. And that's an important thing to bring up about how Muslims, people forget that Muslims are targets in these.
Yeah.
Your average Muslim is a target because they don't adhere to this kind of Stone Age version of their religion that ISIS and Al Qaeda adhere to.
Wasn't this a white guy that attacked this? It
was a white guy. Yeah,
night?
We don't know if this was Islamic terrorism or if it was a retaliation attack.
And what did I tell you last week?
It's terrorism.
It's terrorism, and it's starting. Yeah. It's in every corner, and this kind of crap's going to start here. Mark my words.
We'll see.
It's ridiculous.
It's awful. It's horrible. But it's one of those things you gotta keep your head on a swivel pretty much everywhere.
Yep.
All right. What else is going on? Sexual assault charges against legendary comedian Bill Cosby have ended in a mistrial. The jurors failed to break a deadlock after more than 52 hours of deliberations over 6 days. Cosby left the Norristown, Pennsylvania courthouse without speaking to reporters. Prosecutors have promised a retrial of the 79-year-old who is free on a $1 million bail. I don't think this is a surprise. I mean, they were deadlocked earlier. People forget the jurors are not – basically everybody who's a juror is just somebody who couldn't get out of jury duty. They're not paid a lot. These aren't upper echelon necessarily professionals. I'm not degrading them at all. I'm just saying the fact that this ended in a mistrial does not shock me.
Well, the whole thing's unfortunate to think that.
Yeah.
It's a mess.
Yeah, it sucks. And I loved Bill Cosby when I was sitting in the dentist chair and I'd get the laughing gas and I'd have them put on the Bill Cosby tape for me. That was like one of my great memories of childhood. Going to the dentist and you had to get fillings, so they gave you the nitrous oxide and then they gave you a choice of cassette tape. They always gave me a choice of like Bill Cosby. Would you like music? Would you like a comedy tape? So we had Bill Cosby. I said I always wanted Bill Cosby. Every single time. Nothing was funnier than Bill Cosby when you're on nitrous oxide in a dentist chair. I'm telling you that right now. It was hysterical.
Okay.
What?
I never had that.
You never. I can't be the only one who listened to Bill Cosby on the cassette in the dentist chair. What did you listen to when they gave you that option?
They never gave me that option.
Really?
No.
You need to see a better dentist. I'm just saying.
I see the dentist of the stars now, Dr. Monica Licatos. But back in the day, I went to a real dentist.
Yeah, a real dentist.
Man's dentist.
Okay.
There were no
you probably didn't even
or gas or any of that kind of stuff.
You didn't get gas? You didn't get the gas?
Not when I was a kid.
How did you survive fillings?
They didn't offer that back then. You know what? And as you got a little older, then they said, okay, we can give this to you. But
You're like 2 years older than I am.
Well, but I'm telling you, when I was little, they didn't give me any gas.
Oh, man.
Dude.
I couldn't have survived it. I would have been screaming and crying the whole time. Actor Stephen Furst, who played Flounder in the 1978 hit comedy Animal House, has died. According to his son Nathan, the 63-year-old passed away on Saturday from complications from diabetes. Furst also appeared on St. Elsewhere and Babylon 5, but is best remembered as the innocent freshman Ken Dorfman in National Lampoon's Animal House. I never saw that until I was actually in college.
Yeah.
God, that was a funny movie.
Great movie.
When he shoots the horse in the dean's office.
He didn't shoot it.
I know it was with blanks, and the horse dropped dead
He didn't even point it at the horse.
I know.
He shot it straight up in the air, and the horse had a heart attack. That was so funny. That was a classic. I mean, I'm I'm a zit. Get it?
When you look at this, his career, he didn't do much after that, but to be part of such an iconic film like that as an actor, even if you don't do anything else, mostly the rest of your career, that's a pretty cool thing to hang your hat on.
The guy who's gone on to do the most out of that movie, and there's quite a few. Tim Matheson, has gone on to quite a few things.
Kevin Bacon, of course.
Kevin Bacon, yep.
John Belushi was a legend.
Everybody though is Bruce.
Bruce. Oh, yeah. Character actor and everything. He was D-Day.
Everything. And he played D-Day.
Yeah.
And Bruce, he was in My Cousin Vinny. He was in, but that guy has gone on to do so many things.
Mm-hmm.
Huge career. And God, I can't think of his name.
It's such a great cast, but then so many of the and the writings. Harold Ramos. Was one of the writers on it. Of course, you had Ivan Reitman produced it. It was incredible.
Great movie.
What else is going on? The Michigan man who was shot at a congressional baseball practice in Virginia remains in intensive care. Additional surgery, though, did go well, according to doctors. Matt Micah was shot multiple times last Wednesday. The Adrian College and Western Michigan University alum is the director of government relations for Tyson Foods. It's one of those things that, the majority whip gets shot, and the other victims kind of overshadows the other victims of the shooting.
Can I ask you a question?
Go ahead.
If you're Tyson Foods, why do you need government relations? Grow some chickens, sell them, and good enough.
All these things you need government relations for everything now.
With the federal government for you
because
grow some chickens, you grow some turkeys, you cut them up, you sell them, and then.
Well, Andy, I don't know if you've heard. There's this little known entity. It's called the Food and Drug Administration.
I get
you
that,
need somebody to deal with the Food and Drug Administration. You need that. If you don't, how do you know you're dotting your I's and crossing your T's as far as everything that's going into your food?
You don't need it.
So you're saying we don't need the Food and Drug Administration?
A company why does a company need a complete layer of somebody to deal with the federal government? You know what?
Because the federal government is a huge monolith.
Make sure you're selling things on time. Make sure you're processing the meat properly. Good enough.
Right. Yeah. You need somebody
to doctor in there to keep the government in line. What for?
Okay, so you want less government then?
That'd be great, wouldn't it?
I think most would be on board with that, but like I said, that's you got the Food and Drug Administration. You got to have somebody that's a liaison between the Food and Drug Administration and the people who make the food.
Next story.
Finally, Miss Michigan 2017 was crowned in Muskegon over the weekend. Heather Kendrick of Washtenaw County took home honors at the Froenthal Center on Saturday after more than 2 days of interviews and competition. 23-year-old University of Michigan grad beat out 33 others to win the crown. She also wins $12,000 in scholarship money and a chance to compete in the Miss America pageant in September.
I've met two Miss Americas in my day. Mm-hmm. Both through the Miss Michigan thing when they were here in town.
Yeah.
So, it's always been cool. It's like, hey, there's Miss America. It's like, wow, really? Cool.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's weird because of the Miss America thing, it doesn't seem to be as huge as it used to be, but it seems like these individual things, like the individual state ones, are still pretty big.
Yeah,
at least locally.
And something to be proud of because they do put a lot of work into it. And the people that are still into the scholarship pageant thing and all that kind of stuff, it's a big deal to them. So I'm happy. And the fact that they come to Muskegon every year, love it.
That's very cool. It's good. Did you notice a boom downtown? Because there wasn't just that going on. You had the Taste of Muskegon that was going on.
This whole weekend downtown was a complete boom. Everything went boom. Taste of Muskegon set records on Friday night. The ride, the United Way, the ride Saturday morning, even with the rain, they were lined up and ready to go. It between the now and 10 years ago, dude, it's a night and day difference in this town. It's remarkable.
I mentioned
every
that
definition of the word.
I mentioned that to you when I came out,
Yeah.
and we did that thing with Becky on Thursday.
Yeah.
How it had changed just from the last couple of times I'd been out.
Yeah.
And it was it's very nice.
And you'll be here again
Cool.
because
Yes.
Rockstock is coming up, and that's getting
Can't
close.
wait for that.
Wow.
July 3rd and 4th.
Yep. Heritage
You and
Land,
I emceeing. Good times. I just said good times.
Good times. Happy fun times.
All right. Absolutely.
Nice.
Sports. Muskegon beats St. Clair 6-4. Tigers get hammered by Tampa Bay 9-1. Cubs win. Cubs win. Cubs win. Haven't said that very often. They beat up on Pittsburgh 7-1. And Brooks Koepka wins the U.S. Open.
Who?
That's sports. Brooks Koepka.
Who?
Brooks Koepka.
Who?
He won the U.S. Open. Golfer.
And-
Cindy would know.
And let me tell you this,
she
too.
golfs.
Big night at Berlin Raceway tonight. They've got the Money in the Bank race coming up, 20 grand up for grabs. They've got Kyle Busch
nice.
coming in to run. They have got,
Really?
Oh, yeah. They've got Eric Jones coming in to run.
Wow.
Harrison Burton is going to be there, which means Jeff and his wife Kim will be along. They've got Rusty Wallace is coming in to sign autographs. It's going to be a big, busy night at Berlin. So
Sweet.
if you're coming out
Enjoy
for a race,
that.
come on out for a race. And I will see
All
you
right.
tomorrow.
Can't wait.